What's going on, guys and gals? I am once again waiting on the Burtman. We're supposed to do this Rambo 3 review here today, but I have not heard from him since yesterday. It's been a while. I don't know. You never know what kind of shenanigans he's. Oh, hold on, he's calling me right now. We'll see. We'll see what his excuse is. Hold on. Burt, where are you, man? We're trying to do the show.
Dude, I don't have much time. You got to listen very carefully. I went overseas and I got kidnapped by enemy soldiers, and they're torturing me, trying to get all this random information out of me. And they just barely left the room, and those idiots didn't get my phone. So I don't have much time. You got to come overseas. You got to come find me. I don't care like what you have to do. You got to come find me fast.
All right, man. I'll be right over. Just, yeah.
Dude, you better do. Like, I'm freaking out, man. Oh, shit, they're coming back. Help me.
Don't worry, dude. I'll be there in no time.
Okay, good.
I'm not going to go over there. That's silly as hell. You know, I'm not surprised either. He's always up to these shenanigans. There's no way I'm going over there. No way. What's going on, guys and gals, and welcome to Good Reel Hunting, where we hunt for the good reels so you don't have to. It's your boy Brad. The Brettman's right over here. Finally found him, and we're here to do the Rambo 3 review as a part of our Rambo Review Series. If you haven't seen our other reviews yet for the first two movies, we'll post the link for those right over Brett's head over there. It's been a good time so far, so be sure to check those out. And of course, joining us in this journey is Jason Nike, the J-Man, if you will. So check out his review that's also dropped today as well. So, Brett, you ready or what? Are you pumped?
I would be pumped. You were supposed to come get me, a-hole.
Hey, you made it back okay. You made it back okay. Don't give me no hearts. I thought you were up to your usual stunts.
Why would I ever lie to you? Okay, you know what? Besides the point, I don't think they came here to see us bigger. I think they came here to have us watch one Mr. John Rambo and talk about First Blood Part 3.
Let's talk about it.
All right, man. Where do you want to start? You want me to go over to cast?
Absolutely.
All right, let's go over to cast real quick. Of course, returning for the third time, we got one Mr. Sylvester Stallone playing John Rambo. And then we also got Richard Crenna coming back as Troutman. And then we got Mark Dae Jung coming in as the main villain as Colonel Zazen. And we also have Kirkwood Smith. If y'all don't know who he was the dad from That 70s Show, and it's directed by Peter MacDonald.
All right, man. Well, basically this movie's about old Rambo, your boy. He's off, he's doing some work, he's having a good time, and again, freaking Troutman comes up and he's like, bro, we need you again. All right, let's go. I'm going on a mission overseas. You got to come with me. He's like, no, man, I ain't doing it. I ain't going back over there. I got to stay here. I got gaps. And then Troutman goes alone. He gets captured, and then Rambo's like, "Can you get me in? Can you get me in over there? Off the record. I don't care if it's on the record. Let's get in over there." Okay, that's not an exact quote. I'm used to it. Yeah. So he goes over there and pretty much kicks some ass, and that's essentially the whole plot of this thing. So let's get into what the stuff we liked about it.
All right. The first thing I liked about it, every time we mention this movie, we got to talk about that opening, where the little stick fight he does like in that little like underground and all that in Bangkok. And that was always a good time. Sylvester Stallone is jacked of all. Oh, dude, like he was so jacked that like probably the most intimidating looking Rambo we've had so far in the series.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. He was shredded in this one, man.
Yeah, he was. So let's just go, of course, with the main positive, Rambo. Like, Sylvester Stallone does an amazing job portraying the Rambo character. I always have a good time with Rambo, and just him. Let's build him up, and then let's let some dark shit happen to him, and then he's going to go in and kick ass and save the day. Like, that's all you expect out of these movies. You don't want nothing else, and this movie does indeed deliver that. And after this recent watch of it, I've actually started to realize that Troutman is actually the MVP of this trilogy, to be honest with you. Just because he always sets up Rambo right before Rambo does Rambo things. Like, to build up a character right before all hell breaks loose. Like when Troutman was getting beat up after Rambo's first attempt to save Troutman. and it's like, what makes you so valuable? Or it's like, when the sun rises, I am going to hunt him down. And Troutman's like, you don't need to hunt him down. He'll come hunt you. And he's like you treat him like he's some god. He said, no, God has mercy. He won't.
Who do you think this man is? God. Oh, God would have mercy. He won't.
Like, just awesome stuff like that just really gets you jacked up. Like, just see what Rambo does to live up to Troutman's words. So I always have a really good time with Troutman's performance.
Yeah, totally. He was one of my favorite parts about this movie is the fact that he's more involved with the storyline and he's actually in the action there with Rambo. I thought that was a really good addition to make for this installment here. Really enjoyed that. I really liked too at the beginning just the way Rambo's character is there and how he's reluctant to get back in the action and things like that. I really enjoyed that part of it. But once he's there, he starts tearing it up, and that leads to some great gore and some good kills. That time with the hanging explosion kill where he's hanging there and he blows up. Like that was fantastic. And you also had you had a lot of stealth with Rambo in this one. With he's hiding under tanks and stuff and riding his way in there. I thought that was really cool. He's kind of sneaking around, and the change of setting here, going from the jungle to the desert, was kind of a nice change of pace for me as well. I enjoyed kind of seeing that. I thought it was good, and just overall, the action was really cranked up to 11 in this one. You had some great explosions, and you had that nice helicopter chase after the little football game they had there, or whatever it was called, the lamb chucking game they were playing.
You could maybe even call it the Silence of the Lambs.
Oh my
I'm
god!
just kidding. No, I'm kidding. No, it's like some random game where they toss like a lamb inside of a circle and then they beat the hell out of each other. Like it did sound like it's kind of like their version of rugby, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's what it reminded me of. I enjoyed it. That was a nice little sequence of kind of building the story up and building Rambo up a little bit more. And
yeah,
then
kind of like have like a light tension to it. And, when the Russians came in and just like killed all of them and all that, or most of them. Yeah, like that just again sets the tone of like what the Rambo character is all about. Him going through some dark shit, and then he's going to go in and just tear shit up.
Yeah, it was a good moment. I thought it was cool. And again, the sequence with the helicopter chase and everything too later on when Stallone's flying the helicopter, I should say, that was good. That was good too. There's a lot of great action sequences here. Good effects too. When he's got to fix his little hole in his stomach and puts the gunpowder in there and that was cool. That was neat. I enjoyed that. There's moments like that trickled into this movie that I quite enjoyed. But that's really the most that's pretty much everything that I have in the positive category.
Yeah, honestly, that's all I have too. Do you have any mixes?
No, not really. It's kind of just there's not a lot really about this movie that most of the movie to me is just kind of it's just there's a few things I like, there's a few things I dislike, but there's not a lot in the middle really.
Right. I guess like the only real mix I have I understand why we had to go to the desert and all that, like just to change up the scenery and change up the story. But I just really do not think that it really fits Rambo. Rambo to me just always I feel like belongs in the jungle.
He does, but it was nice. It was kind of a refreshing moment at that time, just because the first two movies, like a lot of the best parts of the first one was up in the forest, and then the second one was pretty much all in the jungle. So this one, it was just nice to kind of get him in a different setting and do different things with him. So I enjoyed that aspect of it. But
it was unique.
But he is best. He is definitely best served in the jungle for sure. That's his best spot.
Yeah, that's only like a real mix. Like probably you said, like it wasn't a big deal. It didn't ruin the movie or anything. It's just like I guess I prefer my Rambo in the jungle. Like I just that's where I enjoyed him the most.
Yeah, I agree with that. He's best in the jungle, but it was nice to go a different direction. But yeah, that's it. You want to jump into the negs?
Yeah, let's. I got pretty much like a little rant, like in my negatives here. Like, there's a part like right before I really dig into the negatives here. Do you know how many times Rambo had an opportunity to kill the main bad guy?
Probably a lot.
Yeah, like you know how like he was getting Troutman and all those people out, and the main bad guy Zazin, and he was leaving that plane, and Van's like, "Hey, let's hijack the plane," and all that. Well,
oh yeah,
Well, why not just like what right before they get to the plane, they turn around, they're right behind them. Good. Bam, over, done.
Well, because he had to wait and he had to crash his tank into a helicopter and do it that way. It was much more.
Yeah,
He had
yeah.
to be more dramatic than that.
I guess so, man. And like, let's go to that scene like towards the end, like where the Troutman and Rambo versus the whole Russian army. You're not telling me not one damn bullet can hit those two in the trench.
Of course not, dude. They're this Rambo and Troutman, dude. They've been trained in the art of dodging.
Get the hell out of here! And Molotov's blowing up tanks.
Yeah, hell yeah, they are.
Oh man. Okay, that's it for pretty much the mini rants and all that. I can't. But one of the negatives I have in this movie is just again, the music is just okay with me. The music, the main song they played at the end of the credits, "He Ain't Heavy, He's My Brother." I guess so. Like I wasn't too big on it. I'm like, what in the hell kind of soft shit is this? And all
I like
that.
the music. I don't remember that theme too much, but I mean overall in the score, if you will, I liked it pretty good. It's kind of this kind of brings you back to that Long Road song. It's kind of a different version of it. It's pretty neat, but yeah, overall, I mean, I didn't have any. It didn't stand out, but I could see why.
To me, it's just like too generic for me. Like the first one, like I can identify quickly, and I usually like give a high on scores and all that if I could just like identify it pretty quickly.
Yeah.
And these last two Rambo movies don't do as good of a job, like making you like, oh, that came from that movie. That came from that movie.
Yeah.
But I guess that's just me, like, and all that. And then another negative, I just couldn't stand the little boy.
Oh yeah.
I did not enjoy him whatsoever. To me, he was a pest. He was getting freaking Rambo killed. He was ruining all these stealth plans and all that. But, oh yeah, he barely got a flesh wound in his leg, and he was treating like he was dying.
Well, it was pretty good. It was a pretty good wound, man. You got some arteries down there that if you get clipped, you'll die with less than 30 seconds.
Oh man, it was just a flesh wound.
Just a flesh wound.
But besides the point, I just couldn't stand the boy. Like, I just felt like he just was not needed in this movie at all.
They just wanted to add a little bit. Yeah, for me, I mean, I think just some of the action sequences for me just went on a little bit too long without anything actually happening. Like I just felt myself at time, and I know we're here for the action here, ladies and gents, but I just felt myself like, okay, this is still going on. This is still going on, but it wasn't exciting enough to keep my attention on it. At times, I felt that way. And the beginning of the movie was kind of choppy. It was like, okay, here comes Troutman and Red Foreman, and they're like, okay, let's go. And then it cuts to Troutman getting captured real quick. That was like 2 seconds. And then it cuts to Red Foreman coming back to Rambo. He's like, oh, he's been captured. It's like just a lot of bouncing around there. And it was kind of
like, do you know how they could have easily fixed that? They could just not have like Troutman be there at all, like to talk to Rambo. They could just show the mission, like opening the movie with Troutman there being kidnapped. And then you can do the stick fight. And then you can have the dad, believe his name is Greg or Griggs. Yeah, I think so. Griggs guy. I just call him the dad from that 70s show. Then he goes over to hunt out Rambo and tell them what the hell's going on. And that's when Rambo can be like, what about me? See, it could have been an easy fix. Yeah, I agree with you. The beginning was just so much jumbled around. I feel like it wasn't like, it just wasn't good.
The sequence where Troutman gets captured is just so like, it's such not an event. It's like, it's there and then he gets captured real quick and then it jumps back. It was just so it was edited weird and it's really choppy. I didn't like the way it felt. And overall, I got that sense a lot in this movie that it just kind of felt cheap at times. Like when Troutman he's getting hung up by the Russians and he's not even sweating or anything. He's just sitting there. He's just hanging out. He's like, hey guys, what time's lunch today?
He's hanging out.
Yeah. He's just chilling there and he's just waiting for his tea in the afternoon. And he's like, he's getting freaking captured and interrogated by Russian bad guys here. This is serious stuff. And it should be darker. It should be more gritty. And it's just not, he's just hanging out. And it felt cheap to me. And I felt that way a lot of times with this movie. It just wasn't the tone wasn't there. Again, it should be brutal. You're over here duking it out with Russians, and it just, the tone wasn't there. It was very light. It was cheap, and I just, overall there wasn't anything really proprietary about it other than maybe Rambo himself.
Yeah, and I agree with you. It should have been darker. Like Troutman got kidnapped. They should have at least done some torturing. I felt like he got like the easiest torture scenes of all time.
Yeah, he didn't even break a sweat, dude. He was just hanging out. He was like,
Yeah,
okay, can you run down to the gas station and pick me up a couple hot dogs? I'm getting a little hungry over here. And they're like, all right, yeah, give me a second. I'll be back.
I remember doing that for a certain wedding. But but yeah, I know. Like just like how the hell are we supposed to feel bad for Troutman when he's just getting all the easy stuff?
Yeah, it just wasn't. I never really felt invested in the fact that he was captured. Like I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah,
He never really felt like he was in danger at any point to me. But anyway, that's it, man. That's really all I got. There's not a lot to say about this movie, in my opinion. I don't really have a lot I want to talk about. It's just
this was a little bit of a struggle this time around to watch it for the second time ever. But another negative I thought of too is just like the beginning was just too slow. Like didn't have as much action. So like it took I understand we're trying to do like tell a story and all that right before we get to all the action, but it would have been nice to do some action at the beginning, use your middle to kind of like set everything up, and then have your epic third act versus like being slow at first and then have a action packed second and third act. I just feel like it didn't work in this movie.
Yeah, it was really slow and to get things rolling. I thought it took forever, I think, and the action sequence with Troutman getting captured wasn't compelling enough to really jumpstart any of that. It was just kind of, oh yeah, we're surrounded and we're captured. All right, let's go. So yeah, at no point was I too invested in the story here. I mean, I like the idea they had of getting Troutman captured and Rambo going to save him. I think it could have been executed a lot better.
Yeah, I agree. And my last little mini rant about the little boy, I'm just saying, I really just don't like that little boy. That Rambo gives up that emerald, that necklace. Like that necklace represented like the little love he had for the girl from the second one, and he just randomly gives it away like it means nothing.
Well, I think it does mean something, and the kid was, whether or not you liked him or not, the kid was something. He was somewhat. He was expressing that it means something to him. So the fact that he gave it to this kid is actually a valuable lesson for the kid, I guess, at this point, and that means something to Rambo. It's a good little arc for Rambo himself, I think. I don't have any issues with that, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. I mean, that's it for me, man.
Yeah, that's it for me too. Like again, I'm with you. Not really much to say about this. I guess it's just like we have to get through this in order to get to the other two big ones, because I'm sure we'll have a lot more to say about those two movies.
Most definitely, yeah.
So let's go with the ratings, my friend.
All right.
I originally had this a 3, but after like thinking it over and watching it for the second time in our talks today, I'm actually going to move it down to a 2.5 out of 5. Like I still enjoyed this movie. It does have good action scenes. I like the exploding arrows, but I feel like at times, like as you said, like it was just all over the place with the first act and all that, and it really didn't set things up to have a successful third act. Kind of like with Troutman being kidnapped, like there's no really like major cause like for us to care too much. I feel like, again, great concept, but I just think poorly executed. So that's why I'm giving it a 2.5 out of 5.
Yeah, I'm going to give it a 3. It's just kind of in the middle of the road for me. But I just, it's got some compelling stuff to it. It could have been executed a lot better. And that's where I'm going to leave it. 3 right there.
All righty, you hear it from us. So a 3 plus the 2.5 would be a 5.5. So I believe that's going to give us a 2.75, which I believe that is a good old average Joe's gymnasium.
It is, dude. It sure is. I like your math right there, dude.
Shut up. I'm getting old, okay?
All right.
Like I don't have a calculator around me, man.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Average Joe it is. So it's going to be a good time, and we'll get into the next one soon.
All righty, and the next one will be just Rambo, and we are looking forward to that. So, guys, what did you all think about First Blood Part 3, Rambo 3, or however you want to call it, because I know there's all a bunch of ways you want to call it. Did you enjoy this movie a lot, or are you kind of like us, that you found some problems with it, but you can still have a good time? Or do you just not like it? Let us know in that comment section down below, and let's get that discussion rolling.
And if you want to help us find the good reels, you can do so by finding us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Letterboxd, Snapchat, Spotify, and Apple freaking Podcast. Those links will be in the description for you to find down below.
Absolutely. Be sure to like this video, share, and subscribe. And of course, ring that bell. Ding, ding, ding. So you know when the next video is up and running.
And we will see you guys soon.
I'm getting the hell out of here. Screw this. Oh, just kidding. I gotta do the finger point real quick.